Hello, everyone, and welcome. I'm Connie Douglas from Great Stamping with Connie. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Canada, and I would like to welcome you to Craft Spot. Yay! It's a crafting fun day, and or a crafternoon anyway. I didn't do so much crafting this morning, but some other stuff to get ready to be crafting. So cutting kits and things like that. So some good crafting coming up. Speaking of cutting kits and things, if you placed an order in the last week and you had used my current host code, I have a packet of last week's online card class that is going out in the mail to you, and that will go out in the mail uh, tomorrow, Thursday. So tomorrow, because that is over now, and I've got the kits cut and they're ready to go. If you are picking up, and we've talked about picking up, or you're coming for card club next week or whatever, your kit will be ready and waiting for you. So always more fun to come in the crafting world. So something to look forward to. I run my online card classes, my free online card classes during my Craft Spot segment on the first Wednesday of the month. So if you missed it last week, there'll be another one in September. So there's another one coming. No worries. Anyway, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. I realized I sort of got this set up, and then there was a squirrel that ran by, and I had put up a post about our lunch today. So my brother Warren is here visiting, and that's always a wonderful thing because I would always love to see him and spend time with him, and it's extra nice when it can be at the cottage, and it's even extra nice when the weather's good. And so far the weather's been beautiful. We had dinner on the picnic table last night. We had lunch on the picnic table today. We've been outside, and I think we're going to go kayaking after this. So lots of good outdoor time enjoying the summer. So that's always a good thing, right? Uh, but MSH had a new toy. So we had smash burgers for lunch. And this is something, it's a thing. And he had seen it and wanted it because you know how he is with his toys. Well, boys with their toys, right? But his are usually cooking related, which is wonderful. So he got this tool to make what they call smash burgers. So you have a griddle on your barbecue, which is also a fairly new toy. We've used it for breakfast, but anyway, first time we've used it at lunch. So you got your griddle, you put down some, I think Spanish onions, he said, some onions anyway, and you caramelize those, and then you put you put a meatball, so ground beef, meatball on top of the onions, and then you use the smash burger tool to smash it. So you make them very thin, and you put two on a bun. And we had these beautiful ciabatta buns. Oh my goodness. So we had two patties with onions that get embedded in the meat, and they're all caramelized onions and everything. So they're yummy right there. And then we put Warren had brought some Irish cheddar cheese, and it was very good. We might have had to sample it before we put on, had to make sure it was going to taste good on the burgers and all that, right? So anyway, yes, hello, Maureen. You're listening to my long sad lunch story, but we had smash burgers, and that's just fun. So anyway, I put a post up so people are commenting on it and commenting on boys with their toys and all the rest of it. But my sweet husband loves his kitchen toys, and so there's usually good end results that I get to be involved with. So I'm not complaining. Anyway, lunch was awesome. So, but now we have moved on. Um, Month of August. So from now until the end of August, there are select designer series papers that are on sale. And so now is the time to stock up. There's some beautiful papers. Oh my goodness. I'm going to use one today that I have not used yet because I only just got it. Mediterranean Blooms, I think is the name. I kept the package handy. See, I'd say I'm learning. I don't know that I'm learning, but I got lucky today and remembered to keep it handy. Yes, Mediterranean Blooms, and I'll show you some of that in just a moment when we head down. But the lavender perennial lavender paper, and the Take to the Skies, uh, Wildly Flowering, a whole bunch of them from the annual catalog, and some that have carried over as well. So there's the Winter Meadow, if you're looking for something along the Christmas tones. The new papers, if you're a demonstrator, the new designer series papers that we have access to in pre-order for the fall mini catalog, those are not on sale. Sorry, but that's okay. The Winter Meadow is, so you can save 15% on that one. And that's got some wintry papers and some that certainly could be used on Christmas cards. So some awesome papers at a discount. Hello. And if you have bonus days coupons that you earned from a July order, don't forget to use them. You must use them by the end of August, and this is a use it or lose it. So make sure you use them because you can save even more. You can use those coupons. You can stack them up as many as you want. As long as what you're buying is a higher price, but you can stack those up, and so you get the sale price on the designer series paper, and then you double dip with these coupons and bonus. And if you are a demonstrator, then you dip again because you get your 20 or 25% commission. So super savings. Hello, Carol, welcome. Yeah, wonderful savings. And if you're not a demonstrator, but you think you might like to be, I think you should check out joining the Great Stampin' Believers because we have so much fun together. So love to have you join our team. And if you would like more information about that, just reach out to me. I'd love to answer your questions or chat about it and see whether it's something that you might be interested in. But that's enough of that. Let's get crafting, shall we? Okay, just going to move this down, and I have this shiny paper in the camera, a little bit in the camera anyway, which I will get out of the way. But this is some of the Mediterranean blooms paper. So look at this. Look at these beautiful oranges and lemons and daffodils. And here's lemons. And then there's some with oranges and orange. Nope, that's the same one. There is one with just oranges, I think. Yes, here we go. This one. And there's others, and they're beautiful. And you know what? Another awesome piece to this is look at the backs of this paper. Hello, can you say I love blue? Look at those patterns, different patterns, all in balmy blue, boho blue, night of navy. Oh, it doesn't get a whole lot better than that, does it? So you've got beautiful, bright, sunshiny, summery colors on the front, and then blues on the back. That's pretty perfect in my books. You know me and my blue, right? Kind of like me and my gingham, and there isn't a gingham pattern in there or a check pattern, which is, perhaps a little sad, but I'll let them get away with it because there's lots of other pretty patterns, and I have those in a few other places. Okay, so we're going to play with some of that paper today because it is one of the ones that you can get on sale. So this is the perfect time if you've never owned a pack of this Mediterranean Blooms paper. Well, now is a great time to get your hands on some at a discount. And who doesn't like a discount? We all love a good sale, don't we? Okay, so I am starting with thick basic white, standard card base size, 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4.25. And I'm just going to come in with my liquid glue. Look, I'm going to put this down. I know it's sort of sad, but the front is so pretty that I just want to show that off. And I'm going to do full card front to show it off because I just didn't want to. Oh, okay. Up, down, down, up. A little bit. Yes, no. This one goes up, this one comes down. I'm not positive it has an up and a down, but we're putting it this way. So this is now the up and the down. See how that works? Whatever I decide. However I glue it, that is the correct way to be up and down. my story, I'm going to stick with it because it's the best I have. Okay, and then I am going to bring in a stamp set that I got just a little while ago. Ooh, I need a block. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to wiggle you. Wiggle you and jiggle you. And I'm just going to set that under there so you can have a little bit of a look at it. It's called You Are Beautiful, and it is beautiful. It's got a couple of leaf type images, and these are distinctive, what we call distinctive. So I don't know whether you can see on camera or not. Let me, maybe if I hold it a little bit closer, can you see that some of these leaves are a little lighter than some of the other leaves? So there's a little bit of built-in shading with this stamp set. It's just how they made it. And so you get a little bit of a different look than with some of our other types of stamps. So that's kind of cool. And then we have some beautiful sentiments here as well. And I'm going to use a couple of these, but I'm also thinking I might use a little bit of this guy, which I know you've seen before, but you're going to see it again because here I'm showing you. Sweetly scripted. Happy anniversary. I need some anniversary cards. So this is a good chance to make some. So that's what we will do next. But for now, I am going to bring in, I have a great big deckled circle die cut, and this is just basic white. And then I couldn't decide whether to use pumpkin pie, which is the orange, or garden green. And I did want it in garden green. And I think I'm going to do this one in pumpkin pie, just to sort of see how it looks, how I like it. And if by chance I really mess up on my stamping, I might have to do another die cut because I don't have an extra. I had an extra, but look, I stamped in green on it, and I thought it might be over a little bit too far this way, so I tried again, and it went in the same place. So, you know, my bad, but that's what it was. That's where it went. That's what we got. So I'm going to try and move this. I want to see. So here's the thing that you need to look at when you don't like your centering. So there's a fairly big piece of rubber on this end of the stamp, but this one is almost right to the very edge. So I just need to know that. And I need to move it over a tad, which is a little bit more than a beanie bit. In Connie measurements. So let's see. Oh, and look, it's still at the edge. Okay, we're going to try that once more. We're going to turn this over because look, I got double-sided paper today. Aren't I clever? I'm going to try moving this over even a little bit further. I hope it doesn't fall off. See, now I get worried that it's going to fall off the edge. But let's see what we get. We'll see. Now that is lovely. Okay, so I think that's where we wanted to be, and I think we're going to go with this because I think I'm going to like the pumpkin pie just to keep it nice and bright on there. But the only thing is, I do have, if I raise it, I think we'll be okay because it's a very inky ink pad, and there's just a little bit. I wonder if I should I cut another? Oh, good grief. Okay, so maybe chat amongst yourselves for just a moment. Oh, I'm a little bit tangled up here. Hey, see what I can do. Can I reach? I could probably, I think, is this the size? I think this is, yes, this is the size. I just need to find this. Oh, and I was going to grab my little one, which I put away like this morning. Too big. Just right. I should have done the too big, too little, right? Goldilocks and all that jazz. Okay, I'm just gonna step to the back and run it through my big cut and emboss machine because it is right here. It is set up and I will just, babble a little bit while I'm doing it. Hopefully you can still hear me. It would be better if I had all my plates on because I was doing some embossing for some card kits and had to remove one. Okay, see, I told you I could babble and babble the whole time. Okay, running it through. Gonna try this once more and hopefully if it doesn't work, then we're just, we're gonna pick the best one. So. Set this to the side, come back in with our ink once again. Go. So I have just recently posted a bit of information for the fall, for the November Girls Getaway Weekend. There is a dedicated Facebook page that I set up, Girls Getaway Weekend -GGAW. And that is on Facebook, so you can find it. I have posted some information there. I will continue to post information there and answer questions and do all the things. I will communicate with people by email as well, but if you're ever wondering what's going on, you can go and check out that page. It is an awesome weekend. I cannot rave about it enough. It's just such a wonderful weekend, a whole weekend with like-minded women, no cooking, no dishes. Okay, like, does it get any better than that? Beautiful, beautiful location, both inside and out. It's in the woods in Stainer, so it's like it's in the town, but a million miles away. It's the most beautiful thing. So yeah, that is this November, and there is, as I say, some information about it up on the GGAW, Girls Getaway Weekend. Everybody says, getaway is supposed to be one word, but it's not I mean, it is a getaway, but it was about girls getting away from, all the day-to-day things, and that's why it was get away in 2 words. Help me get away from from everything that's going on in my crazy world and just relax for a weekend. So that was sort of how it all got started many years ago when I first started running these events. And this one is a little bit different in that we have the option to come on Thursday, late afternoon. And so you get even more time away, time for crafting, time. I don't know whether I want this bow on here or not, but I've tied it now. Sorry, and I bet I was not even in the camera while I was doing that. See, too much talk, not enough focus. I'll move that out of the way. That right in the middle, and I might put this on here. I think that might work just fine. But I need some dimensionals, and they are hiding. No, they're not really hiding. They're in my dimensional bucket. How organized is that? Whoa, right here where they're supposed to be. Like I put them away, and yeah, don't know what's happening to me. What can I say? Don't get used to it. Okay, let's get me a strip of these babies. And this is the back. That. Yes, a little more room on that side. So we're going to go with that. I'm going to put some of these over so that you can't peek under the edges and see where I stamped and goofed, or stamped and decided to do it once again. Okay. Now I've got a lot of dimensionals on here, but that's okay. It'll just take me a little bit of a minute to get them off. So we are pushing into the middle of August already. That's it's a little bit sad, but you know, it's kind of what it is. If you have kids and you're waiting for them to go back to school, it might be a good thing that we're at the middle of August. But personally, the summer has been going way too fast for me. I'm not near done with it yet. So okay, so I want this. I don't think I moved it at all, did I? It doesn't really look like I did. I want it kind of in the middle, but I'm just eyeballing it. Okay, there we go. Good enough. Good eyeball. Or as good as it's going to get. Bows, if you haven't used a lot of bows on your card making, the easiest way to attach a bow is to just press it down onto your glue dots and then pull it up and just stick it right onto your card. Like that, because it's sheer, it can go right over the words and it's okay. Now, I'm looking at this silver going, I like this silver, that's quite lovely. But why stop there? Whoopsie, let's throw your gems on the ground. So look what we have. We have rhinestone, basic jewels. These are the ones that are an absolute staple. You can't go wrong. They go with everything. You can color them with your blends. You know, there's different sizes and they're good value. They're I'm gonna say relatively inexpensive compared to some of the other gems. Okay, so that guy, I didn't think it was sticky. Now he's stuck to my finger. No, I don't think he's sticking. We are just going to sacrifice him. Except when you try and sacrifice somebody, sticks to everything. Okay, so moving on. I'm just going to put some of these. Maybe we'll sprinkle them all over the place. Do I want a few more? What the heck, eh? So this is again, I am out of the camera. I'm so sorry. So this is the middle size. This was the small size. There's the big size. There we go. Kind of sprinkled all over the place on there. But are those oranges that were dangling down, I covered, and these that are going up are exposed, and it almost looks like my paper is upside down, but oh well, it's okay. So there we go, card number one. I'm gonna stick these back in here. I don't know that I will use them for the next card, but I might. We will see. So moving on to said next card. This time I'm going to use this paper with the daffodils. So we have moved out, I'm assuming they're daffodils. They really look like daffodil flowers, but they also kind of look like these. So maybe they're orange blossoms because daffodils don't grow on a stem like that. Okay, you had been lied to, but I have corrected things now. Lemon Lolly, standard card base. Lemon Lolly in the paper. Lemon Lolly and Garden Green primarily in this piece of patterned paper, designer series paper. But this is from the same package, the Mediterranean Blooms. So you can get this at 15% off. Look at that. Isn't that lovely? And again, I am going to put glue all over it for this card because the blue just doesn't go with the Lemon Lolly and Garden Green, which is what I have. So this is 5.5 wide and 2.25 high, and this is 5.5 wide and 2 inches wide. You're looking to craft along with this. Okay, just going to get that even and straight. Flip it over, give it a nice press. And now we are going to be brave and bold and stamp right on to our card base. Maybe I should do a test stamp, do you think? So I am going to put this is Make Today Amazing. And I didn't think I had used this, but it looks like there's a little bit of ink in some of that font. So I'm just going to give this a clean, just in case, so that nothing comes off onto what I'm about to do. Right. That looks better, looks cleaner. Maybe I hadn't cleaned it properly. We are not sure. Speaking of cleaning things properly, I usually clean my stamps after I use them, and I didn't clean that other big sentiment, so now he's done. Okay, so here goes Brave Move number 101. Oh, I was going to test it, wasn't I? So how do you test it? This is what I like to do. I like to grab my piece of scrap paper. And I'm going to put this right up here so I know that I'm in camera. Oh, no, I didn't. You know what? I'm going to mount this straight across. If you're doing it on a strip, having it mounted on an angle works fine. But for me, for my eyeballs, I need it to line up with the block if I'm trying to make sure it's straight on a larger piece. So I'm just going to stamp that down. And now when I pick this up, I can look and I can see that it's tilted down ever so slightly, but it is tilted down. So and apparently I still had some cleaner on this block because it's a little bit slippery. So we're just going to put this back on here. Kind of wiggled, I think, but just going to give that a good press on there. So I'm going to ink it up again. Turn my paper, come across here. So I'm lining my block up at the bottom of my scrap paper, and then so that's just slightly down. But I think I'm just going to leave it there. I'm going to go with that, and I'm just going to tilt my stamp the smallest smidge, a smidge now. It's kind of like a bean bit. And I'm going to line it up down here. I'm going to put this about here. And I'll line up my block at the bottom of this red part. And I'm just going to give it the tiniest tilt. And then I'm going to stamp it down, cross your fingers. And we're good. Okay, so I seem to have just a little itty bitty bit of shadow on there, but I think I can live with that. I think I'll be okay. And if I put the whole thing together and I'm not liking it, then guess where the gem's going? We're doing some gems right at the bottom. Find a nice little one. Maybe we're using those rhinestones after all. We will see. Okay, I'm going to close this up. Oh no, I need to do, so this is going to go on here like this, but then we need something interesting to go on there. So here's what I was thinking. I've got another one of our deckled, oh, I can close this up. I'm not using the semi for this one. Oh, I was supposed to do something. I was supposed to put this on the edge of here. Totally forgot. Did I stamp one of those? Did I cut it out? No, I didn't do that. I don't know. Anyway, this is staying like this because it's all made. There might be another version later, but that's what it is for now. So what we're going to do here, I've brought in this little leaf and blossom berry, whatever stamp. And I am going to color it with my Stampin' Right markers, okay? Stampin' Right, they're the thinner tube, not the Stampin' Blends, okay? So this is the water-based ink. It's like our ink pads. You do not want to color on your stamps with your alcohol markers. That does not give you good results. It can damage your stamps. So, but the Stampin' Right markers, you absolutely can color on your stamps. And so I'm using the brush end. There's a fine tip and a brush end on all of these. So I'm just using the brush end kind of laid on its side, and I'm just brushing it onto the stamp. And what this does is lets me put different colors on one stamp, which is kind of cool technique, right? Okay, so there we've got it all inked up. Now, if it took you a little minute to do that, you want to huff on this, okay? And the moisture from your warm breath will just reactivate the ink and keep it wet enough to give you a nice stamp. At least that's the plan. Okay, so there we go. So now we have the yellow blossoms and we have the green leaves. The leaves don't quite connect though, okay? Just either how I colored it or how the stamp is. I'm not sure. I didn't take time to figure it out because all you have to do is come in with, I'm using the fine tip of the marker now, and you just color it down and extend it. And now it's perfect. So there we go. Okay, I am going to glue this down flat. Could use my tape runner, but I've got the liquid glue right here. And sometimes it's nice to know that you can sort of slide it forward and back just in case you need to do that. Make sure it's straight. Looks pretty straight. It's even. Okay. Turn it over and give it a nice press. Okay, and then this guy is just going to go on here, but we're going to pop him up with dimensionals. Using far fewer dimensionals on this guy. It is smaller, so we don't need as many, but I kind of overdid it on the last one, so. Okay. This here. Do I want it? A little bit more. Sure. There we go. And then we need some gems. What do we want for gems? Do we want colors or do we want, I have lemon lolly gems. Just taking a quick scan through things here, see what we have, see what we might want. That is not lemon lolly. Oh, those are lovely, but they're not the right colors. But you know what I do have these. No, that's not really the right yellow. These might work for my next card though. We'll just, no, you know what? We're just gonna stick them back in the bin because otherwise I won't be able to find them when I'm looking for them in a minute. Here's the lemon lolly that I was thinking of. These are the adhesive backed solid gems. So we have lemon lolly. I put lemon lolly up there. No, we might need something a little more bling, a little more sparkle, I think. I do like these, but I think because I might be putting them there, a little too much lemon on lemon. So let's go back to these guys, right? They never fail, right? Bring them out again. Take your tool. And let's just, okay, I am going to put one here just because it was very small, but it was going to bug me. Come up here. What do you think? More, or should we? Less is more. Oh no. Oh no. Less is not enough. Do they show up much on here? They would maybe up here, maybe on here, right? But I don't want it totally even with that other one. Yes. And one more just because over here. How's that? Too far away. You know me and the gem placement, right? Sometimes it goes well, sometimes we rearrange many times. There, right there. We want it right there. But now we have 5. I think we're good. I think we're okay. We're going to stop there. Okay, card number 2. And I have one more because I haven't made an anniversary card yet, and I did say I needed to make some of those. So this time we are going to use the blue because we can't do all this crafting and not use the blue side, right? It's so lovely. So this is going to be similar to this style. This is the back of that same paper. So we're just going to show the blues this time instead of the yellows. My blue is, there's still plenty of glue in the bottle, but it's at the point where you have to start playing with it a little bit every now and again. Just get it, shake it down a bit. So it may become the personal use glue soon because I don't mind shaking it to get the rest out, but I don't need to be spending a whole lot of time doing that during a video. So this is same size as the last one. So they're both 5.5 long. The Night of Navy cardstock is 2.25 inches wide. And the designer series paper is 2 inches wide. And the designer series paper is just a tiny bit too long. I don't know whether you can see that or not, but I am just going to take my paper snips using the cardstock as my guide and trim that little bit off and have it stick to me. Okay, now another brave moment, right? So Night of Navy ink and my happy anniversary from the Sweetly Scripted. And this goes pretty much across the whole card base. So you could chop some of the ends off if you wanted, but I'm just gonna let it go right across there. Ta-da! Ooh. It's my it's a good day in the craft studio, right? The stamping went well for the most part after we got the spacing figured out on that first one, but the last two, the crucial ones right on your card base have gone well. So I'll take that. Okay, now this is going to go on here. And this time, what I'm going to do is bring in, I have to take this, I'm done with this happy anniversary sentiment, right? Want to be sure because I just pulled it off and I had it very nicely centered. So, okay, I'm going to bring my scrap paper back in and set it down there. I'm going to bring in this larger leaf stamp. Okay. And I am going to ink it with Bonnie Blue as soon as I find my Bonnie Blue ink, which I put somewhere safe. Yes, that's it. Here we go. Okay, so I'm just going to ink the whole thing with the Bonnie Blue. And then I am going to come in with a sponge dauber and my Night of Navy ink. And I'm just going to dauber in some navy. I'm just kind of randomly adding this wherever. Hopefully not too much. We'll see. Okay. And then, oh, and I've done the whole thing. And the whole thing clearly is not going to fit on this, but we'll just, yeah, that's why we have the scrap paper underneath, right? Let's see what we get here. You know, look at that. Like just some beautiful shading and contouring. And so some of that was the nature of the stamp, and some of it is because we have two different colors of ink going onto our stamp. So it's a really cool technique and a great way to just add some different interest to your stamping. Different look, different interest. Something different to play with, right? Because it's all about trying different things and having some fun with your crafting. Okay, there we go. Close this up, this out of the way, and now we can finish putting our card together. So I'm going to put this down towards the bottom, just above my sentiment. Oh, yeah, okay. I should have grabbed the other bottle of glue. Okay. Good memory, but short. It is relatively handy, but okay. So I don't think I need any more of it, but I'll push it out of the way a little bit so I am reminded. Set this right down about there. Make sure it's straight. Looks good. Turn it over. Give it a nice press. And then again, some dimensionals for this guy. Maybe. No. Okay. We sort of we compromised. We put a medium amount on this one. Oh my. Actually has turned out to be a wonderfully warm day today. It's just beautiful. I'm just going to put this about there, or do we want it on the other side? Oh, can I get it up? Okay, come on, come on. I didn't press it. Come on, baby. There we go. We're good. What about over here? Hmm. This side. Well, then we can see all of this. This side, you can see all of that. It's just a little different. I don't know. It could go on either side, but look, made the decision, smack it down, it's going on that side. Now, this is where I was thinking I could maybe use some of these. These are the opal rounds. And they coordinate with this, like if you look at this first card that we made, these yellow ones would coordinate with that. They're sort of a yellowy orange, and then you've got the white ones, and then you've got the navy ones. So we could use some of these on here, or we could just stick with the rhinestones. Hmm. No, you know what? I think I'm gonna, let's be different. Let's be brave. Let's throw some of these on here. I'm wondering if I should put more on. I don't know, because I don't usually do two different colors. That's it's a little bit different for me. And I don't know, maybe I want this guy. Over here. And this guy should have been a little bit lower. Oh, come on, come on. Okay, I think I like that better. Such a dilemma. It's gems. Just throw more on, right? I don't know. Okay, so there we have it. Let me just bring these back in here, down a little bit, little more, just a little bit more. What we got going on? We got crooked papers. We've got all sorts of things happening. There we go. When you see all those, they're all in camera. Hopefully. Okay, and let me just put, oh, where's my mouse gone? There we go. Okay, so there you have it. Mediterranean blues. I'll just move them down a little bit so you can see them a little bit better, right? Gorgeous paper, bright, sunny colors on one side, beautiful blues on the other. Like you can't go wrong. And it's on sale till the end of the month, with a whole bunch of other designer series paper. So, and right now until the 19th, if you use my current host code, and I guess I should put that in the bottom of this. If you're not on my mailing list, you need to get on my mailing list, first of all. But in my weekly email or my email about my monthly card class, I included my host code for that class. Put in a minimum $35 order, and I will send you that card class kit absolutely free. We do get together and craft on Zoom. You don't have to. You can do it because I send you a full PDF tutorial, so you could just do it on your own time if you prefer. Country Flowers is what we are working with this month. So there's coloring involved and some beautiful cards. So join me for that. $35 order. If your order is over $60, I will also send you a free pack of gems. All the info was sent out in emails. So get on my mailing list if you're not already. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I really appreciate it. And I hope to craft with you all again really soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.